Hi everyone, welcome back to the Iris Project. Today, I will answer all of your questions about how to apply to become a Canadian permanent resident through the Express Entry program. Now, let's get started. So first of all, I want to show you all the programs within the Express Entry. First is the Canadian Experience class. Secondly is the Federal Skilled Worker program, which is the one that I applied for. And the third is Federal Skilled Trades program. Here you can see all the criteria between these programs: language skills, the level of work experience, the amount of work experience, and job offer. So as you can see here, between Canadian Experience class and Federal Skilled Worker program, you do not need to have a job offer to apply for this program. But for the Federal Skills Trades program, you do need a valid job offer of full-time employment. And all of this program requires you to have work experience within these NOC 0A or B. NOC is a National Occupation Classification Code, which you can find your NOC on the official Canadian website. So skill type 0 is management jobs. Skill level A is professional jobs that usually call for a degree from a university. Skill level B is technical jobs and skilled trades that usually call for a college diploma. For the level C or D, you will not be able to apply for permanent residence through the Express Entry program, but you may be able to come to Canada as provincial nominee or through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot. Okay, let's go back to this. You can see that every single Express Entry program requires you to have at least 1 to 2 years of work experience. And your language skills also need to be qualified before you can apply for Express Entry. Now, to know if you are eligible for the Express Entry program or not, let's go straight to Canada.ca website and check it out. Go to Immigration and Citizenship, then scroll down to the bottom and go to Express Entry. Then click on the first links, how Express Entry works. Then you can either read the detailed requirements for each program, which I recommend you to do that. Here I will show you the quicker way to know if you meet the minimum requirements for the Express Entry program. So click on the first links, answer a few questions to see if you meet the minimum requirements. And then scroll down and check eligibility. So here, you just answer these questions. First, what would you like to do in Canada? Well, choose move there. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? Choose permanently. Select the code that matches the one on your passport. So let's just choose a random country. What is your current country territory of residence? If you're presently in Canada, you should select Canada. So you can choose your country or Canada. Let's just choose Greece for example. Do you have a family member who is Canadian citizen or permanent resident? I would just to no. If you do have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, you will have a plus point when you apply for the Express Entry program. What is your date of birth? Just choose your date of birth. Just for an example, I would choose 1984. January 5th. Okay, let's choose next. What is your main reason to want to come to Canada? Well, you can choose anything, but I would find a permanent job in Canada for now. Okay, so based on the information you provided, it says Express Entry. You might be eligible for Express Entry, which includes the following federal economics immigration programs. Click continue. Then you choose the province or territory you want to live in. And then right now, they will ask you about the language test that you take to apply for this program. You can choose either IELTS or TEF, which is the one that you take for the French. If you already take the test, then you can use the correct date and score to put in to see if you are eligible for the Express Entry. But if you haven't taken the test, you can try to estimate to see if that point will be enough for you to apply for the program. Okay, now enter the test score. The higher it is, the better your Express Entry score will be, which is none for the second one. And then the question, in the last 3 years, how many years of skilled work experience do you have in Canada? This must have been full-time or an equal amount in part-time. I would just choose none if you just came to Canada, or if you are already here for a while, then you can choose either less than 1 year or 1 year or more. Okay, then this question, it asks you how many years of skilled work experience do you have in the last 10 years. It doesn't need to be in Canada. So again, remember to find your NOC and make sure it's either in the skill 0, A or B. Then you can choose accordingly to your years of work experience. I'm going to choose 2 to 3 or 4 to 5. And then see if you have at least 2 years of experience in one of these types of job. I'm going to choose none for the purpose of this exercise. And then how much money in Canadian dollars will you bring to Canada? Well, you need at least $12,669 at the time that you apply for the express entry. Remember, this number is only for one person. If you have more than one person, then this number will be increased accordingly. If you come to Canada by yourself, then you need at least this amount of money, and the number increase after that. Okay, so I will choose next. Do you have a valid job offer in Canada? I would choose no for now. And then choose the date of birth. I would choose a random number for now. If you did not earn a Canadian degree, then you may need to have your foreign education accessed by an agency. So just say, choose your degree accordingly and click next. Choose none of the above for now. What is your marital status? I would choose never married, single. And after all this, you can see that yes, you appear to be eligible for express entry. And after this, they will show you all the steps that you need to apply. All the links that I talk about in this video will be linked down in the description below this video. If you would like me to make more in-depth tutorial video about how to come to Canada, please leave a comment below and like this video so I would know. Next video, I will talk to you about how to know your score before you apply for the express entry. This is very important because the higher your score, the better chance you can get to become a Canadian permanent resident through this program. Remember to subscribe this channel. Until then, see you next week.